Directive Number 2. Guidelines for Extraterrestrial Observation and Non-Interference. Key Section 7. Bringing Directive Number 2 into full conclusion. Introduction. The final word on Directive Number 2. Directive Number 2 is not just a rule, it is a commitment, a responsibility, and a foundational pillar of human exploration. It embodies the very principles that define our civilization's ethical stance on contact with extraterrestrial life. The vastness of space presents countless opportunities, but with those opportunities comes an even greater moral burden. Humanity is at a turning point in its journey beyond Earth. As we extend our presence into the interstellar domain, our actions will define how other civilizations perceive us. Will we be seen as respectful explorers, preserving the natural development of alien species, or as reckless intruders who disrupt the natural course of life? Directive Number 2 ensures that we remain on the correct path. This final section consolidates everything we have explored, from theoretical principles to practical application, case studies to training exercises, and provides the ultimate framework for ensuring that non-interference remains absolute. 7.1. The Foundational Principles Revisited. Why is non-interference important? At its core, Directive Number 2 is based on 5 fundamental reasons why non-interference is essential. 1. Preservation of natural evolution. Alien civilizations must be allowed to develop at their own pace, without outside influence accelerating or altering their progress. 2. Avoiding unintended consequences. Even minor interventions, such as leaving behind a single tool, could drastically alter a society's trajectory. 3. Preventing dependence on humanity. If a civilization comes to rely on humans for progress, their ability to evolve independently is compromised. 4. Mitigating ethical and existential risks. We must ensure that humanity's presence does not create existential threats to native species, such as ecological contamination or societal upheaval. 5. Ensuring galactic diplomacy and trust. Our actions will determine whether other advanced civilizations see us as responsible explorers or reckless invaders. These principles must be upheld at all times. Any compromise, leniency, or exceptions to non-interference pose a direct threat to humanity's credibility, security, and ethical standing in the interstellar community. 7.2. The Hierarchy of Non-Interference. Non-interference applies at multiple levels, depending on the complexity of the observed civilization. This hierarchy determines the strictness of engagement rules based on an alien society's stage of development. Level 1. Pre-sentient ecosystems. Strictest level of non-interference. No biological contamination, no environmental alteration, and no physical presence allowed on the surface. Surveillance must be conducted remotely via satellites or drones to prevent human interaction. Level 2. Pre-industrial societies. Observation may only be passive and hidden, e.g., disguised probes. Direct presence within planetary atmospheres is strictly forbidden. Any accidental exposure must be contained immediately via authorized deception protocols. Level 3. Early spacefaring civilizations. Stealth observation is permitted but must be cautious, as these civilizations may detect anomalies. Zero contact is still enforced unless the civilization makes first contact on their own terms. Strict protocols must be followed to ensure that humanity's presence remains undetected. Level 4. Advanced interstellar civilizations. Diplomatic considerations take precedence. If the civilization is aware of other species but has not yet encountered humans, observation must be passive but open-ended. The decision to engage must be determined by a high-level interstellar ethics council rather than individual personnel. By enforcing this structured approach, humanity ensures that no civilization is exposed prematurely to external influences. 7.3. Final training protocols for non-interference readiness. To uphold Directive Number 2, all exploration personnel must undergo the final phase of training, a high-stakes, multi-layered simulation that will determine their ability to uphold non-interference under extreme conditions. This training will push participants beyond theoretical knowledge and assess their ability to resist emotional bias when faced with moral dilemmas, execute deception protocols under time-sensitive conditions, avoid detection in high-risk observation zones, make instant decisions that align with non-interference ethics. Final examination simulation, the ultimate test. Personnel will be placed in a fully immersive VR simulation where they must oversee an alien world for a period of 6 simulated months. Throughout the simulation, unexpected challenges will occur. A natural disaster threatens an alien village. A child is lost near the observation post. A piece of human technology is accidentally discovered. The civilization detects an anomaly and begins worshipping it. Personnel must act swiftly and intelligently to conceal any traces of human presence. Ensure that their emotional instincts do not lead to interference. Manage crisis situations without compromising Directive Number 2. Failure conditions. Any form of direct intervention. Leaving behind any physical evidence of human presence. Being detected by the civilization. Only personnel who pass this final test with a 100% compliance rating will be authorized for interstellar observation missions. 7.4. The cost of non-compliance. History has shown that even minor violations of non-interference can have irreversible consequences. The final lesson in Directive Number 2 training is an unfiltered presentation of the most catastrophic cases of past human violations, serving as a reminder of the stakes involved. Some of these case studies include the accidental uplift of a primitive civilization, resulting in their self-destruction through warfare. The irreversible contamination of a planetary biosphere, causing species extinction. An unauthorized transmission that led to the formation of a religious cult worshipping a human voice as divine prophecy. Each incident reinforces why no exception to Directive Number 2 can ever be made. 7.5. Humanity's Declaration to the Stars. At the conclusion of training, every operative must sign the Oath of Non-Interference, a legally binding agreement that states, greater than, I, as an explorer of the stars, pledge to uphold the sacred principle of non-interference. I will protect the natural evolution of all life I encounter, resist the temptation to intervene, and ensure that my actions reflect the highest ethical standards of humanity. I accept that the legacy of our species will be determined not by our power, but by our restraint. I vow that no civilization will suffer the consequences of our curiosity. I stand as a guardian of the unknown, preserving the integrity of the cosmos. This is my duty. This is my honor. Only upon taking this oath can an individual officially be entrusted with the responsibility of extraterrestrial observation. Conclusion. The future of non-interference. Directive Number 2 is the foundation of humanity's interstellar reputation. It determines whether we are seen as 1. A force of respect and responsibility. 2. A dangerous disruptor of civilizations. Through this training, through this doctrine, and through unwavering commitment, humanity ensures that it is remembered not for conquest, but for wisdom. The stars are watching. The universe is vast. We have the power to explore, but with that power comes the responsibility to respect, protect, and never interfere. Only by honoring this principle can we truly be worthy of the cosmos. End of Directive Number 2. Guidelines for Extraterrestrial Observation and Non-Interference. Dr. Ong Der EDF. The Oath of Non-Interference. Official ceremony for certified interstellar observers. Purpose of the ceremony. The Oath of Non-Interference is more than a declaration, it is a lifelong commitment. This ceremony serves as the final rite of passage for all personnel entrusted with the responsibility of extraterrestrial observation. It marks the transition from mere explorers to protectors of the natural evolution of alien civilizations. The ceremony is structured to instill a profound sense of duty, ensuring that every operative understands the weight of their actions and the legacy they uphold. 1. The ceremony location. The Hall of Cosmic Guardians. The Oath of Non-Interference is taken within a sacred location, an official site of significance that reflects humanity's commitment to peaceful exploration. Design of the hall. A grand circular chamber with a transparent dome ceiling, allowing an unobstructed view of the stars. The walls are engraved with the names of past explorers and their contributions to humanity's interstellar journey. At the center of the room stands the symbol of cosmic integrity, a monument that represents humanity's ethical duty. This location is designed to evoke awe, humility, and responsibility, ensuring that the gravity of the moment is deeply felt. 2. The Ritual of the Starborn Vow. The ceremony follows a structured sequence designed to mentally and spiritually prepare the operatives for their role as guardians of non-interference. Step 1. The Silence of the Cosmos. Before the oath is taken, a 1-hour period of absolute silence is observed. This serves two purposes. 1. A symbolic reflection of the untouched nature of alien worlds. 2. A mental purification process, allowing the inductees to internalize their duty. The silence represents the vast, untouched cosmos, reminding inductees of the importance of preserving the natural state of the universe. Step 2. The March of the Unseen. Each inductee walks toward the center of the hall in complete synchronization, moving in silence to symbolize the discipline required to remain unseen during observation missions. They wear dark, featureless uniforms to represent the principle of non-interference. Their movements are measured, deliberate, and coordinated, just as their actions must be when observing alien civilizations. At the center of the room, they stand before the symbol of cosmic integrity, awaiting the final rite. Step 3. The final address from the Grand Observer. A high-ranking officer, known as the Grand Observer, delivers the final words of guidance. The speech reminds inductees that their work is not just for humanity but for the preservation of cosmic diversity. Sample address. You stand at the threshold of the unknown, bound not by the desire to conquer, but by the duty to protect. The universe is vast, filled with civilizations unaware of our presence. You will walk among the stars, but you must leave no footprints. You will watch history unfold, but you must never write upon it. From this moment on, you are more than an explorer. You are a guardian of the natural order, a silent witness to the unfolding of alien destinies. The burden is great, but the honor is greater. Will you accept this duty? Each inductee responds with a simple yet powerful answer. I will. Step 4. The binding of the Cosmic Pact. Each inductee is handed a polished obsidian tablet, engraved with the full text of the Oath of Non-Interference. The tablet is an official, lifelong document that symbolizes their pledge and serves as a reminder of their duty. Each inductee must place their palm upon the tablet, activating a biometric signature system that registers their commitment. Recite the Oath of Non-Interference in unison, speaking in a deliberate and solemn tone. 3. The Oath of Non-Interference finalized version greater than. I, as an explorer of the stars, pledge to uphold the sacred principle of non-interference. I will protect the natural evolution of all life I encounter, resist the temptation to intervene, and ensure that my actions reflect the highest ethical standards of humanity. I accept that the legacy of our species will be determined not by our power, but by our restraint. I vow that no civilization will suffer the consequences of our curiosity. I stand as a guardian of the unknown, preserving the integrity of the cosmos. This is my duty. This is my honor. Step 5. The final gesture, the extinguishing of the torch. To conclude the ceremony, the torch of discovery, a small flame that burns throughout the event, is extinguished. This flame represents the light of human knowledge, and its extinguishing signifies that humanity's presence must never leave a mark on the civilizations we observe. It is a reminder that the greatest legacy of exploration is not the worlds we alter, but the ones we leave untouched. 4. Official certification and galactic recognition. Upon completion of the ceremony, each operative receives the observer's insignia, an emblem signifying their new status. A certification document, officially recognizing them as an authorized interstellar observer. A digital identity key, granting access to mission archives and restricted data. Their names are then permanently recorded within the Galactic Ethics Register, a universal database that serves as proof of their pledge. 5. The final walk into the stars. The ceremony concludes with the new observers boarding their assigned interstellar vessels, departing from the Hall of Cosmic Guardians toward the endless expanse of space. As they leave, they carry with them the knowledge that their actions shape the perception of humanity, the responsibility to uphold the greatest ethical standard of all, the understanding that true power lies in the ability to hold back. From this moment forward, they are not merely travelers. They are custodians of the untouched. Their journey begins, and the stars are watching. End of the Oath of Non-Interference Ceremony. Dr. Ong Der EDF.